Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News. Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Stand up for your country. You know, Tucker Carlson get a lot of publicity interviewing Putin in Russia. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I want to try to get a line on what exactly the interview is before. But I have to say, Carlson's a genius at marketing. He makes me look comatose. The guy, he just, whatever he does, just blows up everywhere. And that's a skill. Now, I will tell you tomorrow my opinion on Putin and interviewing him and all that. But I wanted to give you a little preview that's what will happen on Thursday on the No Spin News. Now, tonight, do a lot of politics because, you know, I was on a Hannity radio program today. I do that every Wednesday. And the nation is really in the balance here. It's all about you. It's not about any politician or ideology. It's about you, the American person, and your family. And if we keep going to where we're going, you're going to get so hurt, I can't even tell you how hurt you're going to get. And so I want to prevent that. But you have to go about it in a fair way. Can't get hysterical. You got to be methodical, and that's what we're going to do. The Republican Party has to change. The Republican Party is not an efficient operation right now. And that's the only party that is combating the progressives. There's no third party yet. There may be, but it doesn't exist yet. But the Republican Party is in absolute disarray. I'm going to prove that to you tonight. And that's the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So last night was a vote in the House to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas, the befuddled and incompetent Homeland Security chief. Now, should Mayorkas be impeached and booted out of there? Yes. He's the worst. And he's not going to get any better. Now, you can make an argument it's not his fault. He's doing what Biden and Biden's people tell him to do. That's true. But he's the worst. And he's not truthful. So he should be booted out of there. And I didn't mind the vote last night. But it's over. It didn't pass. Drop it. He's not going to get convicted in the Senate anyway. The exercise was to get in front of the American people how incompetent Mayorkas is, and that was accomplished. Let's now move along. So what the Republicans should be doing in both the Senate and the House is writing a good immigration law to present it to the American people. Oh, bipartisan. You want bipartisan? Fine. Write the bill first. And if it's a good bill, maybe you can convince some of the Democrats to come on board. You want their input? Call them up. But the Republicans should be writing the bill to show the American people the difference between the dopey border bill that just blew up and their bill. If they need any help, they got my number. Number one, got to be a 6-month moratorium, no asylum claims. That's number one. So that they can reorganize the judges, the Border Patrol, the techniques, and all that. You need at least 6 months to do that. You got to stop the bleeding. And then you backhoe into what you want. And that bill should be prepared by May so that voters can compare it. Now, will it pass the Senate? Probably not. But at least you'll have something to show. Rather than, oh, impeach Mayorkas again. Why? He's not going to get convicted. Okay, let's go, as Tom Brady would say. So I wrote a message of the day spelling out one of the things that has to happen in the Republican Party, and by the way, you can access that message every morning on BillO'Reilly.com free, is the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell's got to go. The turtle. We don't need a turtle now. Turtles are hibernating now. We need Mitch to retire. He's 82. And who got behind this big, clumsy, inefficient border bill? That would be Mitch McConnell, who didn't read it. I can guarantee you that man did not read that bill. He's got to go. Ronna McDaniel, the head of the RNC, gotta go. These are not efficient people. These are not people that inspire confidence in anybody. The Republican Party needs new, vibrant leadership. And the party is not as united as the Democrats. You see that. Democrats will never vote for anything that would embarrass Joe Biden. Why? Because Nancy Pelosi in the House and Chuck Schumer in the Senate will cut off their money 100%, and they can't run for re-election. That's why. Now, McConnell will threaten you because the Republicans play the same game, but they don't play it as brutally as Pelosi and Schumer play it. So that's why you'll never get any Democrat defections. If they want to run again, they need that DNC money. They vote against Biden, they're never going to get a dime. You got it? Everybody got it? Okay. Now, I'm not saying that's the way the system should run. I think that's corruption. If I were leading the Republican Party, I wouldn't do that. But that's the reality right now, which is why you see defections from the Republican platform, but not from the Democrat platform. Okay. So, recapping. Republicans have got to start to be proactive in protecting the American people. We need a new border bill. They need to write it. We need to vote on Ukraine aid separately. Do we want to throw another $50 billion over there? I would. If Putin wins that, you're going to have Taiwan go up in smoke. I know some people don't care, but it's ridiculous. The United States would lose an enormous amount of power if Putin wins in Ukraine. Enormous. So I would kick the 50 over to keep the stalemate the way it is. Israel, we owe Israel. They are a bulwark against Iran. They need $18 billion. Vote on it separately. Now, Biden, and I'm going to get to that in a moment, he would veto that. That's good for the Republican Party. That's an irresponsible veto. So I am not a party guy. You know that. I'm a registered independent. There are just as many dumb, corrupt people in the Republican Party as there are in the Democrat Party. That's the truth. But at this point in history, the progressive left that controls the White House is bringing carnage to this country. And only the Republican Party can stop it. That's the memo. Joe Biden comes to New York City in the afternoon, tying up traffic down to his home in Delaware. Why does he have to come in a day? Come at night. No, he doesn't care. Creates havoc, chaos, costs millions of dollars to fly in here. Why? Because he's collecting money. That's all he ever does. Money, money, money for his campaign or whoever's going to be there. It's not going to be him. Okay, so that's what he's doing. Announcement March 28th, another big fundraiser in New York City. And who's going to be there? Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. That's a signal. Okay? Clinton and Obama going to be at the fundraiser March 28th. The signal is all of you who believe in the Democratic Party and the liberal philosophy have got to get together, even if Biden's incompetent. You've got to support the ticket to get rid of Trump. That's what this is. Okay? It's going to be at Radio City Music Hall, 6,000. All right, so Robert Hur, you know who he is? Ben Hur's brother? No. Robert Hur is a special counsel looking into the Biden classified documents in his garage next to the Corvette. So Robert's been on a case for 13 months. All right, he spent about, $4 million, $3.5 million as of September. So it's got to be $4.5 million now. Robert says, hey, I'm not going to bring any charges. Oh, what a shock. What a shock. Now, he's got to write up a report, and the Democrats are worried about that. But it's not going to be any charges for Biden, even though charges still are on the docket for Trump. It's the same thing. Both did the same thing. Robert Hur, another $5 million taxpayer dollars. It set it on fire. As I said, President Biden's threatening to veto Israel aid, $18 billion. Why? Because he doesn't want a separate vote on Israel aid and Ukraine aid. He wants to tie it all into the border bill, which is not going to happen because the border bill is not even going to be brought up in the House. McConnell might squeak it in with Schumer in the Senate, but it doesn't matter because the House is not going to vote on it. But the fact that Biden would hold up aid in the middle of a war to Israel, that's pretty damn bad, isn't it? I think it is. So you Jewish Democrats might want to think about that. Trump. So Trump's been a little, Hannity brought that up today on the radio. And by the way, we have that posted on BillO'Reilly.com. You can listen for free. You don't have to be a premium member, all of that. So Hannity brought it up that Trump has been more restrained lately. That's like saying Godzilla has been more restrained because he took a nap. Okay? It's true for the last, I don't know, week. Trump has not been as bellicose, word of the day, as he usually is. But I don't think there's anything going on. I could be wrong. Anyway, this is a great story. So Anheuser-Busch, which lost $400 million on Bud Light sales since they hired a trans person, Dylan Mulvaney. Imagine that, $400 million off your top line. They lost. They're sponsoring an event with Trump, a giant fundraising event in March, hosted by a lobbyist for Anheuser-Busch. This is according to Politico. Okay. All right. So Trump then goes on social media and says this, quote, "The Bud Light ad was a mistake of epic proportions, and for that, a very big price was paid. But Anheuser-Busch is not a woke company. But I give you plenty that are. I'm building a list, might release it for the world to see. Why not? The radical left does it viciously to well-run conservative companies and people. Very nasty, but it's the way they play the game. On the other hand, Anheuser-Busch spends $700 million a year with our great farmers, employs 65,000 Americans, of which 1,500 are vets, founding corporate partner of Folds of Honor, which provides scholarships for families of fallen servicemen and women. They've raised more than $30 million and given 44,000 scholarships, which is a great American brand that perhaps deserves a second chance. What do you think? Perhaps instead we should be going after these companies who are looking to destroy America," unquote. Okay, now, that was a pretty shrewd move by Anheuser-Busch to get Trump in their camp. Okay, quid pro quos happen all the time. If I were running for office and a big corporation said, "Look, O'Reilly, we're going to hold a fundraiser for you, a lot of money, we'll pick up all the expenses," I would be grateful. I wouldn't break law or anything, but I'd be grateful. I'd say nice things about him. Mike Lindell and MyPillow employees want to thank No Spin News viewers for the continued support and to say thanks. They're offering 50% off their best prices on overstock, clearance, and even new products. Right now, get 50% off the MyPillow 2.0, their brand new flannel sheets, or their 6-pack towel sets. They offer free shipping on larger items such as mattresses and mattress toppers that are 100% made in the USA. Everything is on sale. Kitchen towels that actually absorb, dog beds, blankets, couch pillows, and much more. So please go to MyPillow.com, use the promo code BILL, or call 800-869-0298 for free shipping on your entire order. That's 800-869-0298, or go to MyPillow.com, promo code BILL. Go to the mail. We got Chris, Concierge member. Thank you, Chris. Once again, the insane GOP failed to stick together on impeachment. Democrats did it twice to Trump by showing solidarity. Okay, we went over it, but you're absolutely correct. George, Concierge member, most migrants aren't terrible people, Bill O'Reilly. I'm not sure when he counted them and separated the good from the terrible, but how good are they when the first thing they do when they get here is knowingly break the law? What do you mean? If you were a poor man with 5 kids in Mexico or Guatemala or wherever, you wouldn't try to come here? I would. 10% of every group are evil. That's what we're looking at with the migrants. I don't blame the migrants. Now, the so-called border bill is a joke. It's designed to ensure a constant flow of 5,000 illegals across our border daily. You're absolutely right. That's what it's designed to do. It's so insane. Anthony Indelcato, Brooklyn, New York. Joe Biden does not enforce any existing immigration laws. There's no reason to believe he would enforce any new immigration laws. Excellent point, Anthony. You know, I like that Brooklyn, very concise. Why would he enforce the new bill? Debbie Woodburn, Valparaiso, Nebraska. What is the total number of aliens the U.S. is trying to absorb, fees, house, combining illegal and legal? Impossible to say because we don't have a head count on the illegal. But we do admit 1 million foreign nationals for green cards every year. So we knew that. A little bit more than 1 million now. Michael Hawkins, Orlando, Florida. I'm a regular listener, but maybe I missed your take on why the U.S. does not hold Mexico responsible for all the illegal immigration chaos, because Biden wants the migrants here. Why would you hold them responsible? Now, Trump said to Obrador or Nieto, I can't even remember who was in there, you better stop this or we're going to come down and do some damage to you. And they stopped it. Helen Turner, Warren, Michigan. I'd like to sign up for Concierge membership, but I have a question. Spent a lot of time in Canada. Will be able to access everything? Well, I'm going to let Darren Lloyd in Calgary, Canada, answer your question, Helen. Can you please cover why this coming election will be different than the midterms? You see, Canada from the Yukon to Toronto is engaged with the No Spin News. No problem there. The stakes are much higher now than they were 2 years ago, and the country's in worse shape. That's the difference. John Buckwalter, Scottsdale, Arizona. Will RFK be on the ballot, or will the Democrats figure out a way to eliminate him? Democrats have nothing to do with it. RFK's organization have to get on in each state. There's ways you have to do it. Whether he'll get the signatures to get on, I don't know. But Democrats aren't involved with that. It's the states. Todd Dillon, Excelsior, Minnesota. I've been fascinated by the podcast Who Killed JFK with Rob Reiner and Soledad O'Brien. I know you read Killing Kennedy. Do you buy into the podcast? Of course not. It's more conspiracy stuff. If you want to know what happened to John F. Kennedy, you read Killing Kennedy. And that's what happened. We prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Want you to go in and pre-order Confronting the Presidents. Going to be a really hot book, and we will not charge you until we ship the book. It will come out September 10th. We will be able to ship it to you in late August. Get online. There's thousands and thousands pre-orders, so you might want to do that. Word of the day, do not be a noddy, N-O-D-D-Y, great word. Back with a final thought in a moment. It is not too late to make the right choice. If you're distancing yourself from companies supporting the radical left, please choose AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. Whether it's prescription drug coverage, plan changes, exploring Medicare options, AMAC provides top-notch guidance from their experienced staff. Upholding pro-America values, AMAC has been helping people navigate Medicare for years. Their services are not only free of charge, but also free from any leftist agenda or corporate influence. AMAC stands as the conservative alternative to the AARP, earning its position as the #1 group for freedom-loving individuals. So make the right choice for your health and values with AMAC. Choices do matter, and the choice is yours. Choose Medicare the right way. with AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. You can call them at 888-355-5605 during normal business hours, 888-355-5605, or online at amac.us/trust. That's amac.us/TRUST. amac.us/trust. By now you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Okay, I had a concierge letter sent to me. Concierge membership direct to me. Get a special email, totally private, 100%. And if you're a premium member, private. We don't send our list to anybody ever. That will never happen. We respect you and your privacy. Here's what the letter said. I've been communicating with a woman from Ukraine. She and her daughter are suffering and want to come to the United States. How can I help them? This is the letter from the concierge member to me. Here's my reply. You cannot help them because this is a scam. And it's a scam that's everywhere. That people in Ukraine or wherever say, I'm desperate for help. Please send me money so I can get out of here, or whatever it is. Now, if you are in Ukraine, you can be a refugee today and go to Poland, and then from Poland, go to almost any other European Union country. You don't have to stay in Ukraine. The Red Cross is there. They will facilitate that. As far as you getting from Ukraine to the USA, that's impossible. You would have to hire an immigration attorney, thousands of dollars, and you would have to wait years. So this guy, this concierge member that wrote to me, is a very good person. He wants to help these two ladies. But the heavy chances are it is a scam. This is what I mean. You get a concierge membership to BillO'Reilly.com. We are an insurance policy for you. We will head off trouble for you, and if you get into trouble, we'll tell you how to get out of it. So I hope you consider it. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.